All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our mindfulness meditation. It is the third Monday, and it's the day after Easter. For those of you that celebrate it, I hope you had a great day. It's always a special time. This time, there's a lot of holidays: Jewish holidays, Christian holidays. Muslims are celebrating or have celebrated. So, I always think that these periods of time where there's all these religious holidays, it's a time of, I don't know, good energy and a good time to kind of up level our meditation and have more benefit from it. So last time we talked about the wheel of awareness, and I mean, there was a lot for a really short period of time, right? And I really wanted to do a really nice gentle meditation today, focusing on the body scan. And please check if that you're all muted, just so things will stay quiet. And so I'm going to tell you, I was like, should I write that I'm reading this book or not? Will it deter people from coming or not? So anyway, I'm going to tell you. So I'm a pelvic physical therapist right here at Mayo Clinic. And the book that I'm reading right now is called Better Sex with Mindfulness. And I'm like, well, isn't that amazing? I'm a pelvic physical therapist. I talk about pee, poop, and sex all day long. And so this is a really strong interest. And then I'm into mindfulness and meditation. So here's like the dream book for me, this is amazing. And the book is really good. And this is not like, let's do all these different positions. It's really all about being mindful of our response to pleasure, our response to touch, our awareness of the thoughts we have around this particular topic, and like, I mean, I can't do this book justice in like 2 minutes of talking about it, but I'm recommending it to all my patients basically, because the thing is that when we are really mindful, when we can keep our awareness with certain activities or certain moments in time, we can enjoy them more. Like some people say, oh, I get a massage and I right away fall asleep, and I'm like, oh my God, you're missing out. Do not fall asleep. Notice every moment of this massage. It's the best, And so when you really keep your mind with the activity, you can have so much more pleasure. And same, for example, when taking a shower. We could already be solving the world's problems, or already thinking about the meetings we're having that may or may not be very pleasant, kind of planning the day. Or we could stand there and truly be present within this moment, feeling the warm water and experiencing the sense of, putting soap on the body or washing your hair or whatever you're doing. It is pure pleasure if you really think about it. Not everybody has access to this amazing warm water out of the wall and like nice smelling soap, or not smelling if you're into that. The slippery feeling of soap on your hands when you're washing your hands. As a healthcare provider, I do that all day long. I think it's so pleasant. And here at Mayo, the water is warm right away. That's a miracle too. So really pleasant. So that's really what this book is about. Of course, then it goes into a little more detail, like there's practices that focus more on like, okay, feeling the sensations in your genitals, or what does arousal feel like when you're aroused. What do you feel? Like, how's your heart? What are your thoughts? Like, where do you feel sensations? So in that regard, of course, it's more specific to that. But it really ultimately is about being really in tune with ourselves and being able to be very present with the experience. And I can tell you that really does make a huge difference, because a lot of people apparently at some point, I think it was Harvard that had a study about happiness. And people would sign up for this app, and they would randomly get a message like, how happy are you now, and what are you doing right now? And apparently people still answered that thing while they were having sex, interestingly. And that was their conclusion, like, wow, like, why on earth would you answer your phone and complete that? But that's the thing, that some people, they make shopping lists and are not really present. They just kind of get it over with. And so, if that book is of any interest to you, I'd say check it out and let me know what you think of it. But I think even, really, I think what you could get out of it is just being in tune really with your body, with your experience, with your constant commentary on your experience and your judgment of experiences. And so this book really invites us to be more non-judgmental, being more open to just experiencing the experience as it is. And I think that is just such a beautiful thing to learn from mindfulness practices, and to bring that to our day-to-day. You know, like just really being present with whatever it is you're doing, and with who you are, and with who you are with, and just taking that in, experiencing that, instead of being elsewhere mentally or thinking things were different. Just showing up. That's all the talking for today. Let's do this. So get yourself comfortable. Let's just do 1 or 2 stretches. Just maybe you're reaching out, bring your arms overhead and making yourself tall. And I'm grabbing, you can't see my hands if you're looking, I'll do it this way. You can grab one hand, one wrist, and then reaching that arm up a little further, do a gentle side bend. Take a couple of breaths, and then do the same to the other side. And then shake your arms out. And then jiggle your shoulders up and down, shake, shake, shake. And then maybe gently rotate your neck, rotate your head, if that's comfortable for you, the other direction. And then tense your whole body for a moment. And on your next out breath, let all that tension go. And sit back in your chair if you're sitting in a chair. Otherwise, modify my instructions. Allow your eyes to close if that's comfortable for you, or just gaze down towards your desk, towards your legs. And take 3 calm breaths. First breath, letting go of everything you did before this on the out breath. Second breath, letting go of everything that's coming after this. And the third breath, letting go of any expectations for this meditation. Just showing up, just being present with whatever experience you're going to have today. Letting your breath resume its natural pace. Becoming aware of any sounds in the room you're in, or maybe sounds coming from outside. And just simply be a receiver of these sounds without needing to figure out what they are or why they're there. Just allow them. They're just sound waves, waves of energy coming to your ears. And then notice if there's a particular scent in the room. And noticing a taste in your mouth. Perhaps it's neutral, perhaps it's whatever you had for lunch, or maybe it's your toothpaste. And then noticing your body sitting in the chair, and feel the connection points between your body and your chair and the floor. Notice where the back of the chair is touching your back, your shoulder blades perhaps. And then noticing where your buttocks and the backs of the thighs are touching the seat of the chair. And then notice your feet touching the floor. And maybe the hands or the arms touching either the armrests of your chair or perhaps your legs. And then allow yourself to really be supported by the chair, by the floor. So keeping ourselves upright and in a dignified posture with a minimum amount of tension to hold the body up. So notice where there's any excessive tension that you can very easily let go of. And anytime you need to make an adjustment to your posture, feel free to do so very mindfully, so it doesn't turn into this kind of shifting back and forth. Just a mindful adjustment, if you're uncomfortable, is always okay. And then bring your awareness to all the sensations you might feel in your face. So we're showing up with an attitude of curiosity. Notice the subtle sensations in the forehead, around the eyes, the mouth, the lips, the tongue, and the jaw. Sometimes we carry a lot of habitual tension in these areas. And our practice is not about fixing things, but simply noticing. And sometimes just a noticing, the awareness, then allows us to automatically release some of that tension without actually trying. Just bringing awareness to these areas. You might feel warmth or coolness, a flowing sensation, tingliness, and again perhaps areas of little tension. Areas of ease. And then moving the awareness down through the neck, the front, the throat area, and the back of the neck. What sensations are present there? Perhaps you can feel that sense of air moving through from the nostrils all the way down the air pipe that runs through this area. And then feeling the area from the neck to the shoulders. We often hold tension in that area. So sometimes that's what you might feel, or you might feel a sense of ease as those shoulders are relaxing down away from the ears. One might feel a little different than the other. So again, this is not about fixing, this is about bringing awareness to the area. You might feel the shoulders moving a little bit as a result of your breathing. You might also feel it in the rib cage a little bit. As you're breathing, there might be a sense of expansion through the chest or the lower ribs. And remember that those ribs run all the way from the spine, all the way to the front, to that breastbone. Also notice if your mind starts wandering. And if you notice, that's really awesome, and you just gently bring it back to this mindfulness practice. Now you might also feel, some people feel it, some people don't, the beating of the heart in the chest, the center of the chest. Maybe even feel a sense of awe about all these activities that are happening in our bodies while we're doing other things. It's kind of a miracle, really. All these little nerves and all these hormones and blood vessels all doing their job while we are not ever paying attention to that. Don't even need to pay attention to that. And then moving our awareness a little bit lower, the lower back as it's resting against the chair. Feeling the temperature. Perhaps sensations of clothing, pressure from the chair. Perhaps you can feel that sense of expansion in the lower back and the abdomen as well with your breathing. Noticing the abdomen, sensations that are present. If you just ate, you might feel some digestive sensations. If you're hungry, you haven't eaten yet, you might feel that. You might feel a sense of warmth or flowing sensation. And then moving down into the hips and the sit bones, resting. Allowing that area to be heavy. relaxed. And then feeling the left leg all the way from hip, through the thigh, through the knee, through the lower leg and down into the foot and all toes. What sensations are jumping out to you? Which ones are most pronounced in that area? And then the right leg, from the hip, the thigh, the knee, lower leg, foot, and the toes. And what's most pronounced in that leg? And then feeling both legs at the same time. And then feeling the left arm from shoulder, through the upper arm, through the forearm, through the hand. What sensations are most pronounced for you in your whole left arm? And then your right arm, shoulder, upper arm, forearm, and hand. Notice all the sensations, and especially the one that's most pronounced for you. For me, it's the palms of my hands. They seem to have a lot going on. A lot of tingliness and warmth. And then feeling both arms at the same time. And then can you feel both arms and both legs at the same time? And then can you feel both arms, both legs, and the whole torso and your face at the same time? Feeling that inner aliveness, that sense of energy moving through your body. And then placing one hand over the center of your chest, the other hand on top. Just allowing the warmth of your hands to penetrate your chest and your heart. And then whoever needs prayers in your life or a little extra energy, place them mentally inside your heart for a moment so they too are getting that energy and that peace. When that feels complete, place the palms of your hands together if that's appropriate for you where you are. Take one long, calm breath in. And a full breath out. Maybe bow your head down for yourself, honoring yourself for showing up for meditation. And then promise yourself that you will hold on to the peace that you've developed right here, and that you will continue to share some peace with those around you and with the world at large. Namaste. Thank you for being here. Thank you for meditating with us. Looking forward to our next time. Have a great week or two.